According to leaked internal schedules, Queen Camilla appeared at an unexpected moment in a role she was never assigned. Her sudden move disrupted the balance of the ceremony and sent immediate shockwaves through the monarchy. At the heart of the tension stood Prince William and Princess Catherine, the carefully positioned future of the crown, trapped in a moment where even a single glance risked igniting a full-blown succession crisis. But what truly stunned royal observers wasn't Camilla's action. It was King Charles' response. Calm, brief, decisive. In that moment, the hierarchy of the room, and possibly the monarchy itself, shifted. Names quietly disappeared from future schedules. Once prominent roles faded into the background. Long-standing positions were suddenly under review. So what was Queen Camilla trying to achieve by disrupting such a sacred, choreographed event? And was King Charles's response a spontaneous reaction to chaos? Or was it a carefully calculated plan prepared long in advance to formally establish William and Catherine as the monarchy's future? Westminster Abbey that day was bathed in pale golden light, its stained glass casting solemn shadows across the ancient stone floor. This was no ordinary service. Officially titled The Blessing for Continuity, it was a strategic gamble by Buckingham Palace meant to silence months of speculation surrounding the king's health and the future of the crown. Since his coronation in May 2023, King Charles had worked tirelessly to modernize the monarchy. But behind palace walls, conversations about transition had already begun. This ceremony was meant to send one clear message. The king was present, but the future was ready. At the center stood William and Catherine. Prince William projected a calm that bordered on ice-cold composure, a man who had already accepted the weight of destiny. Beside him, Catherine radiated authority. Since her health challenges in 2024, she had returned transformed, not just a princess, but a future queen consort with unmistakable strength. Everything was flawless, until it wasn't. Queen Camilla was scheduled to enter alongside the king, symbolizing unity. Instead, her absence created a charged silence. When she finally appeared, she did so against protocol, walking directly down the central aisle, cutting through boundaries reserved for the Prince and Princess of Wales. This wasn't symbolic, it was confrontational. As she moved closer, attempting to reclaim visual and political space, Catherine responded with nothing more than a single, controlled glance, sharp, measured, and unmistakable. Camilla wasn't simply seeking attention, she was fighting to reassert influence. Then came the moment that froze the abbey. As the archbishop prepared to proceed with the blessing, Camilla reached towards sacred elements reserved only for the king and his heir. The ritual halted. The silence was unbearable. Even the clergy stood stunned. And King Charles watched it all. Gone was the image of a weary monarch. In its place stood a sovereign with absolute clarity. In that suspended moment, Charles made his move. He stepped forward. Ignoring protocol, he personally took up a symbolic crown, not the coronation crown, but one rich with spiritual authority, and walked directly toward William and Catherine. No announcement, no debate, no hesitation. By bestowing that symbol himself directly before Camilla, King Charles delivered an unmistakable message to the world. The future of the monarchy was no longer theoretical, it had been decided. Camilla stood frozen. William and Catherine stood affirmed. From that moment forward, everything changed. Behind palace doors, King Charles acted swiftly. Camilla's name was quietly removed from central ceremonial roles. Her public presence was reduced. Authority shifted decisively towards the Prince and Princess of Wales. William assumed expanded control over royal operations. Catherine took charge of reshaping the monarchy's public image. Together, they became the undeniable center of gravity. Public reaction was immediate. Support surged. Media narratives shifted. The monarchy, long plagued by uncertainty, appeared steady once again. As for Camilla, her influence faded, not by decree, but by reality. The ceremony meant to reassure the nation became something far greater, a transfer of power in plain sight. So now we ask you, Was King Charles's action a spontaneous response to chaos, or was it a carefully calculated plan prepared long before that day to formally establish William and Catherine as the monarchy's future? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the next video on your screen. You won't want to miss it.